king.
Atlanta to Chicago,
Allah's king.
AKs mean all killers, king. We all kings. All leg, arm, head, king.
Allah's king.
You are Allah, Islam,
Allah's king.
Hemi brewing,
Allah's
Rasta.
king. Allah's king.
Ja Rule, Hemi. Respect. AK mean all killers, king.
Allah's
My
king.
pen was the blade, cut the fabric of paper. The ink of Lazarus lasers. Got rich the back of our labor. Son, I back the behavior. I take the sword as a slave. My shahada, so word to Allah. Good Lord, I'm a savior. I'm the alpha and omega. The DNA had the data. Give thanks to the day, cuz the B was the beta. Shot town at Iraq, A-town D.I.K. AKs mean all kill. Allah's king, fucking gangbanger. Allah's blessings. Show the man I was a king.
Allah's king.
Quarantine with the disease.
Allah's king.
Fascinated with the lemon squeeze. AKs mean all killers, king, we all kings. AKs mean all killers, king, we all kings. Get your killer king, and you a killer.
Allah's
Are you
king.
killer king? AKs mean all killer king.
Allah's king.
Respect the king. All killers, king.
Allah's king.
AKs mean all killers.
Allah's
Killer
king.
king. Killer him, man. Are you a killer?
Allah's king.
Waves of grace ski, gracefully crossing the sky. This guy will glide across the eyes. In the goggles of paradise. In this cold world, it's hard as frozen a block of ice. And the AK is a kiss, the antichrist and the crime. Acidic and alkaline. American medic mind. I met a comedic mind. It was a cannon mind. The skin is blind. The angelic crystal mind. The all-knowing one. Killer. A ape like Kong King Gorilla. Broke a code out in the winter. It was T'Challa. And killed the king shine on smack. Shout out to Chinchilla. Aladdin and Kundalini awoken the sleeping genie. Tuhiti and Nefertiti. Rafiki Nishaki Chini. Upon a magic carpet ride with powers like Houdini. Seen seagulls walking across the water without beams. Seen man walking across the water without beams. AKs mean all kill Allah. We all kings. Allah's king, show the man that was a king. Allah's king, killed the man that was a king. Allah's king, killed the man that never seen. And AK mean all killers, king. We all kings. AK mean all killers, king. We all kings. AK mean all killers, king. We all kings. AK mean you was an Allah's killer, Allah, or you was a lost killer, king. Hear me?
Allah's
Rastas,
king.
respect,
Allah's king.
honor, thy mother and thy
Allah's
father and thy
king.
neighbor. Respect your behavior. Hear me?
Come through in the coupe with the queen, and we both Drake. Yeah, we done made truth of a dream, unusual thing. We have our connection is strong, flaws together. Can't a hater tell us we wrong? Jealous, get on, flee from the wifey and me. We bout to shit on the world and live trife as can be. We gon' shine, baby mama, earth for my roots. Looking gorgeous as ever, been in love since our youth. Each other's boo. Love it when you let me have my way with it, throwing it back. We all night and all day with it, damn they overlay in it. Natural chemistry, our mixture is perfect, like Coca-Cola hit with Hennessy. My pain's best remedy, lovable best friend to me. Just us and the Most High, we something like the Trinity. You give me strength to forward on in this crazy world. Just the thought I'm holding on with my baby girl. presence is comfortable. I sit back and smoke a blunt or two, gaze in your eyes, tell you how much I'm in love with you. Love, but my bugaboo, there'll never be another you. The unity between us is solid and indestructible. Bond is unbreakable. Sexing is sensational. The vision of you birthing my youngest is inspirational. Someone to cater to, love and fear the creator who shined on you. Ain't got these jealous bitches hating you. Want to trade a place with you, geeking to have what you got. Angry that you really in love, and they ass is not. Continuity, humbleness over scrutiny. The best part about us is feelings we share mutually. Forever true to me, prettier than your beauty be. Without you by my side, there's no more this earth can do with me. Your silent loving ways drive a thug wild. Now come and give me some, let's make another love child. Down to her poo-poo, penetrate that passionate fruit and go cuckoo. Know how to do you, always coming when I pursue you. The love guru, when we at it, it's so crucial. Overly choose you, over the world, fuck them all. Shorty ain't a reason to mingle, when I know your love got me. It's incredible, mama told me say never, but I'm telling you, I'll never have you outside of my schedule. I want the best for you, some baked fish with steamed vegetables. Beach house chilling with your king laid up next to you. You get your blessings too, you deserve it, you've been forever true. Exceptional, kind of woman, yeah, I confess to you, we so connectable, being apart, it's unacceptable, most respect for you, only woman I show affection to. Know I recognize your love for me, I dedicated this song, our ghetto love story. Acknowledging your love for me, what we got is time another ghetto love story.
King your higher self. I compensate cause I know that love's the only law. Relationships break cause we never master flaws. I rush love cause we try to walk before we crawl. It's a trip cause if you're high, I live and then fall in love. No more falling, it's time to rise in love. Heal your wounds and practice self love. That's the only way we love in the right state. Fairy tales and Disney movies got us loving hella fake. Got us loving hella fake, yeah nigga hella fake. Got you sad like Drake, I know y'all can relate. To be hypnotized, to be the nice guy, then she leave you high and dry, and you wondering why this happened. Well, tell the truth, stop trying to be captive. Save a hoe, that ain't the way to go. Looking for your Juliet, so you playing Romeo. Love is a rough ride, something like a rodeo. Gotta tell the truth, can't be lying like Pinocchio. Gotta put it all on the table like dominoes. But you gotta elevate the sermons, your portfolio. Shout out to Janet Jackson, that's the way that love go. Now let me speak to the man about something. All I got is his need is just true loving. Plus we need love too, let's quit fronting. Always talking about fuck, bitches get money. It's funny, y'all don't run looking bummy for the honeys and hop on every chick you see like a bunny. Damn, she got ass, I'm tryna be hubby. Damn, if she got class, she far from ugly. It's ugly situations, got you niggas in the drought. Fucked up situations, got you pregnant on the couch. All alone, wondering when he coming home. Checking every move on IG before you blow up his phone. Plus he actually in the car, getting domed from one of your best friends that did the dry snitching about you fucking his best man from y'all wedding. And now you pregnant and don't know whose it is. So your best friend is fucking your husband cause she was jealous and he just wanted revenge based off what happened to his marriage. So now the question is, do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for love?
Do you compensate for love? Do you compensate for drugs? Do you compensate for all the bull that you
choosing to love right and wrong tight. Life every night. Instead of learning her brain and learning her heart, and not asking about her pain and all of the dark she been through it. See, that's the issue. A lot of women cold-hearted, more than an igloo. Carrying a past relationship issues and wondering if anyone can fix you. Nah, boo, see, you gotta love yourself when there is nobody else. That's the truest thing that helps. Once I had to do it myself, I had to look in the mirror to see a little clearer. Band-aid my wounds and watch how I deliver my love and emotions. Gotta release, can't hold in the pain you felt the first time your heart was broken. Gotta release, 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 just breathe, take a breath, just think, better believe, see you deep, for the kings and the queens.
Jack jumping like 2 to 3.
They try to knock me off my feet, but all I did was elevate. My mind is too determined, ain't no way that I'ma hesitate. In the streets, it ain't no love, it's either jail or heaven gate. I'm a perfect imperfect spit dog, I feel like Kevin Gates. Try to play me like a hoe, you let it rain up any day. Me, my villains kick your door, and I ain't talking NBA. From the city of the snow, we smoke by O's and Medicaid. I'm a back, I can't reload them L's, I took it in the grave. In the city, it get wicked, so you know I keep my distance. Run up on me, get to this, and I'ma leave your ass a victim. Don't hit my line by bitches, I'm too focused on these riches. Niggas broken, they be wishing, get your ass up, go and get it. Too busy chasing millions, I won't stop until I finish. Free my niggas in the system, yeah, my niggas really feelin'. Quit acting like some children, niggas sweet the ass kiss. These niggas say they really with it, but it's kept, just pay attention. And bitch, we really with it, so you better stay silent. They turned up off the beat, smoking purple, I call it violence. Bro, Nick Cannon with the stick, when he up and he be wildin'. I ain't worried about no head, I'll fuck his bitch to keep him frowning. They try to knock me off my feet, but all I did was elevate. My mind is too determined, ain't no way that I'ma hesitate. In the streets, it ain't no love, it's either jail or heaven gate. I'm a perfect imperfect spit dog, I feel like Kevin Gates. Try to play me like a hoe, you let it rain up any day. Me, my villains kick your door, and I ain't talking NBA. From the city of the snow, we smoke by O's and Medicaid. I'm a back, I can't reload them L's, I took it in the grave. Y'all already know what the fuck it is, nigga. SV4E shit, nigga. Free the gang. Stay out the way, let's just main the way.
Hey, A1.
I came to shine a light to niggas that's blind. I hit you with rhymes, a message divine. Then I'm one of a kind, drinking water with key limes. This is my time, enjoy the ride, cause I came from the shadows. I'm here to battle the matrix and dismantle the program channels. Love the only law, too focused to fall. Gotta give your all like Kobe, how we ball. They never take me alive, I'm getting high with my tray. Ayy, cocked on these suckers, not really scared to die. Got my pistol, got my crystal, plus connected to the sky. Stay protected, learn your lesson, see the truth with mind's eye. Got discernment, hope you learn it, don't get caught up in the lie. Them illusions cause confusion, don't let overtake your mind. Once you earn it, don't you burn it, biggest asset is your time. Meditate to elevate, that tapping in is divine. If you have me, don't you add me, out of sight then out of mind. What's up with niggas vision, who let the blind lead the blind? I keep fucking up with women, nigga, time after time. Now the focus is the money, put my grind over time. Lack of appreciation is why I don't even try. With decisions of commitment, the decisions of commitment had me all up in my feelings. Love, blurring of my vision, but I still move in love, that's how a nigga is winning. I came to shine the light to niggas that's blind. I hit you with rhymes, a message divine. Then I'm one of a kind, drinking water with key lines. This is my time, enjoy the ride, cause I came from the shadows, but I found the light in the dark. Keep my third eye open and protecting my heart. This is spiritual war, watch how they influence your thoughts. All is mine is mental, through the mind is how to get you. They think for your reaction, they say lights, camera, action. Then the actors get to acting, then programming starts to happen. The you start reacting, excusing that they really just acting. See how the television to manipulate your decisions and have you all in your feelings. You can learn to see the truth or continue to believe the fiction. Start looking for the proof, stop believing what what is given. They say Bible is the truth, yet it's man-made written. God is really inside of you. Sooner or later, y'all would get it. But really, my spirit came from the shadows. I'm here to battle the matrix and dismantle the program channels. Love the only law, too focused to fall. Gotta give your all like Kobe, how we ball. We gon' ball against the system that's built to make us fall. 10 toes down, be yourself, be firm and stand tall. You gon' crawl, you gon' walk, you gon' run, you gon' fall. Through the highs, through the lows, stay balanced through it all. The women, when they hear it, they wanna be all near it. They know I'm something different, my soul and aura is gifted. The eyes see I'm wide, she see a prize and want me in it. She down facing dark, so I get my nut in like I'm Kimmit. Even if I seduce ya, babe, you get no Kama Sutra unless you fuck my medulla and connect to my spirit. I manifest, you held it down, you hella solid. Shout out to you, a true goddess, my love for you forever. Listen, man, I got a message, got a woman, keep her close. You can when she not around, it hurt like shit. Gotta keep her smile, don't keep her frowning. Just your crown and move forward. But if she a thought and that's it, then hit the switch and swerve on that beat. I got some game cruising in my lane. You niggas is lame. Y'all keep rapping about the same damn thing. This is some of that ism mixed with a lot of that wisdom. Truth is all I deliver. Work on the man in the mirror. The government is playing us. The swastika, it came from us. The Big Dipper is showing us. 4 seasons, look it up. Stars create the symbols. Vibration, the only rhythm. Monsanto trying to kill us. The food they giving fictitious. NASA lying about Earth and the universe. Invest in crypto. Be careful with the metaverse. We Aboriginal, Indigenous, America origins in us. We being chiefed, we Indians. It's already all up in us. It's coded in gematria, numbers and letters show us the truth is right in front of us. And see the mushrooms gave me much room to consume psychedelic patterns, cause it's mind over matter. Now the ego not a factor, them illusions getting shattered, nigga. I came to shine a light to niggas that's blind. I hit you with rhymes, a message divine. And I'm one of a kind, drinking water with key limes. This is my time, enjoy the ride, cause I came from the shadows. I'm here to battle the matrix and dismantle the program channels. Love the only law, too focused to fall. Gotta give your all like Kobe, how we ball.
It's your boy King of Higher Self, aka Aladdin. What's good, y'all? Every Saturday we got BYOB. Bring your own bars.
I'm amazing. My bars can't escape the matrix. He say he want beef, but he just a weenie in a blanket. I spit ancient, ain't it obvious? This King Tut, green stuff, never test these nuts.
On my bro God Greedy Vegan, aka Talk Your Talk Media channel, and yours truly King of Higher Self channel on YouTube.
Got relationship with people who can't relate. I don't medicate, homie, or meditate. See, it's costing me nothing to pay attention. This is my intuition, fuck your tuition. See, I use repetition for those who listen, cause they know I be right like a composition.
Pull up and bring them bars. I'm talking poetry.
Not my fault. I was born a slave to the material, only to manifest in the lyrical that's spiritual. My own subconscious science is my ego. It's Neo. Hemisync is the balance. Right, left, left is right. Dark is light, fight is flight.
I'm talking hip hop.
And homicide, memories, plot and revenge. It left me traumatized. Coming from the bottom and trying to get to the other side. The greatest motivation in life, watching my mother cry.
I'm talking your battle rap bars.
Don't let these haters make you lose your balance. Don't let these streets keep you from your talents. Don't be no weak-minded individual. Nigga, all your dreams are visual and therefore possible. So what the fuck you stopping for? You clocking though what you clocking though. Bet you could be clocking more, but nigga, that all depends on who the hell you want to clock in for.
I'm talking about comedy skits. I'm talking about singing.
We were never alone. How could we get that? How could love be that? We were never alone. We were never alone.
All acapella. Even if you got a song that you did and you know it by heart, and you could bring that bar or them bars, all acapella, come bring it. We do this every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Rewarded with golden illumination of the 7 heavens. And upon these 3 pillars, behold the lion's gate. 10,000 chariots for the gods. Voices declare, taste the salt of the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's bittersweet.
We need this going. We got a cash prize every Saturday to the previous winner of every week. You know what I'm saying? So come get this money too.
Since the beginning, fuck evolution. Or maybe my reality is all a dream. I put it together like I was so insane. This is that audio dopamine.
Plus, this is a good way to network. If you're looking for talent, you're looking for singers, you're looking for producers, you're looking for someone to feature on the verse, bring it.
Trying to keep sane through the highs and lows. Prayed on us all. You pray to God when it's inside your soul. They lies exposed. We on our own trying to find the road. The pots of gold, but they want booby traps to stop us cold. Dead in our tracks, so I write tracks to help us light the vision. To stay alive past 25 and avoid life in prison.
I'm so dedicated to being creative. I swear being a creator in some way must be related. Now, judging from my behavior, I gave you no other reason. The trust that I could be anything other than just a heathen. I'm just a hustler.
People from the people. You know what I mean?
Up in fucking jail, they trying to choke me, and that's what provoked me. You hit me with that billy club and thought that you broke me. Oh, what a surprise. I put the barrel of my gun right between this bastard's eyes.
So come holla at us, man, every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Bring your own bars. If you got talent, we want to see it. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, hosted by Greedy Vegan, King of Higher Self, Chrissy and Goddess of Love. Be sure to bring it. And if you're not a hater, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. Please don't be lame. Share with your friends, family, and followers.
What's up? What's good? Gratitude to all that resonate. It's your boy, King of Higher Self, a.k.a. Aladdin. And my dukes.
DeeGoddessOfLuv, a.k.a. Aladdin's mama.
What's good, Mom? What's up? What's the word? Gratitude to everybody also. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nothing, just, it's still nice and sunny here in Vegas. Most people it's dark, but it's still got the sun shining over here on the west side. So we still early. What about you? Having a good day?
Yeah, I'm cool. I went to go hoop. That's why I'm a little tired. Yeah, I went to hoop for a little minute. Ate some more ramen. I've been addicted to some veggie ramen lately. That should be hitting, boy.
Yeah.
Ever
since we seen that picture.
In the chat too, man.
Yeah.
Big
Shout
dog.
out to
Big dog Philly OG. Gratitude as always. Bronze Flat Power. Bro God. Woke is the new sleep. What's good, bro?
Peace and love.
Got Greedy Talk Your Talk in the building. And Surge Up is in the building too, man. Shout out to the bro gods, man. Yeah. So this is a live, basically doing a slight one-on-one with my dukes. Ask her a few questions. She's gonna be promoting her new channel that's coming up. That's the main reason we're doing this. And just so y'all can get I'm gonna ask her a few questions and she's gonna talk about a few things. Just so you can get to know her a little more, get her flavor a little more. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're gonna get into it. And also, man, make sure y'all go vote on the BYOB poll. If you haven't voted, please gonna do that for us, man.
Absolutely. Make sure you go vote, y'all. That sounds so contradictory to what we when I say that, I laugh.
Go hit the poll.
Yeah. I mean, either way, but I feel you. It's for a good cause, y'all. You know how it goes for the BYOB.
Indeed. So yeah, what's on your mind? What got you ready to do this interview? What you want to talk about? I know that I got my few questions, but basically, I want you to know what you want to bring up on this interview to kind of give to the people. What's your main goal?
My main goal is to show why I started the channel. The reason why I started the channel is because I felt there needed to be a little bit more positivity on YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of drama and scratching going on. I've seen that there's a lot of channels you can go and get that, you could go anywhere right now, even right now. They're all talking about the same thing that happened. Also to educate the people and to help the youth, and also for myself, most importantly as well, to be encouragement to myself. I find joy in talking to others, making others laugh, and letting people know that whatever obstacle that you have in life, do what you want to do in life and do it to the best of your ability. Don't let things, illnesses, sickness, anything like that stop you from exploring and doing more and just, enjoying life, living your best life.
Indeed. That's what's up. That's what I like to hear. Okay, okay. Um, so yeah, what was the spark of your journey? What led you to be where you at, to where you, like you saying, you wanna express yourself, put something different on YouTube. What led you here? What brought you into this frequency to, all right, I'm ready to go ahead and start doing my own thing, express myself.
Well, I was introduced to YouTube by you during the 2020, the big lockdown. I was bored and I was watching different type of shows, but I was like, man, I'm tired of this TV and drama. So you actually introduced me to YouTube. I think the first person I listened to was Nine Keys and Brother Sanchez. And then I sort of explored from there. Following you, I got involved with other channels such as Philly OG, So Alma's, Greedy, and then just broadening out there. And then I did notice like there was a lot of stuff where there was arguing too, and I was like, man, I'm really trying to just get away from all this arguing. Like I just like to protect my peace, and it was like an echo chamber. So I started venturing out. Shout out to Big Dog Philly, because I was on his channel and he promotes everyone. So I started clicking on different people's links and started branching out to other channels. I had came upon Brenda with the shits. That's where I spend a lot of time, where she has some good topics. They had game night and different things like that. And so I started just exploring from her. She would drop channels as well, and I would just start exploring different channels. Like I said, what I noticed is that there wasn't a lot of positivity. So that was disturbing to me. So I was like, well, maybe I need to do something. And so I put it off for about a year now. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to go out there with the help of Greedy and doing TYT, and being part of TYT and BYOB really helped me explore some things. And then also meeting like very good people on YouTube. Like I developed some bonds with a lot of different people, and they helped me just learn to express myself and just go for it. And so that's what really brought me to YouTube, and decided I'm going to go ahead and start my channel, because I am a big, big supporter of BYOB, and I feel like it can go further if we just have the right people implement it and network together. And so I really, really give a shout out to Greedy and give him his flowers as well as you, son.
Indeed. Gratitude as always, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Beast Mode in the chat. Quentin Emerson, the Bro God. We got Chrissy, the True Daughter of Darkness in the chat. And Looney Tunes in the chat.
Shout out to Looney Tunes. Peace and love. Beast Mode, Chrissy, sis. Thank you for showing up. Appreciate y'all.
And Anti-Social Alchemist. Or Amethyst, my bad. Amethyst.
Okay.
Shout out to you.
Peace and love, everyone.
So is your channel gonna be like spiritual, or is it gonna be free thinking, or is it gonna be like some woman talk, or is it gonna be relationship talk? What's the kind of topics you trying to build on? What's your ideals?
Well, I'm a very free thinker, so it's probably going to be a little bit of everything. But my main goal is just to promote self-love and to help families unite. I mean, like, I didn't know how much of an impact me and you had made on YouTube until people started expressing that, or they knew that you were my son, I should say. And it was like, I want to see a lot more of family interaction as well. So showing that, you know, you can have family members that can be part of your life, you know, and do things that you might feel a little bit uncomfortable about. But I think I'm gonna do a lot of self love, a little bit of everything, game night, and just networking with other people. You know, having some verses, of course, the BYOB, and then you know I support dangerous music as well. It's gonna be a little bit of everything, just especially when I'm in the YouTube streets and seeing a lot of friction. I think I'll probably try to want to do something fun. But then we are going to have some very serious moments as well where we do tap into spirituality as well. And like I said, most importantly, loving yourself.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm excited to see how this go. You know, get your channel. We gotta get your channel running. What you should do also when you get the chance, make sure you drop your link in the YouTube
Oh
chat
yeah, I got it. I got
for
it.
your
Yeah.
channel. Do that, please.
Yep, I got it.
Um, and also a question I would like to ask is explain what was your spiritual journey like? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give your spiel of how you raised me and my brother, and and even being raised as you being a child, and you know what made you get here where you at, also spiritually and things like that.
Well, I was born and raised into the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses. So I had lived a very, very strict and structured life the way that religion was built on. But through that journey of going through that, being through that religion, I was living a double life. I mean, I was still, you know, we couldn't do a lot of things, but I was still doing things on the low. And I was like, why am I not being true to myself? But I just sort of went along with the flow because I believed in what the man was telling me and what that religion was telling me, that, you know, things are going to be different on this earth and that it's going to be a paradise and we're going to heal. So, I mean, that sounded real good to me. I was, you know, waiting for that. When I got an illness, which is rheumatoid arthritis, I was like, okay, so I got to wait for something to happen on this earth for me to have a cure, or I had to wait for Jesus Christ to come before I have a cure. So it was discouraging. It was like, I don't know what to do. It was just like, I just stopped going to the religion as well. But I did raise you and your brother, along with your father at the time, to be, you know, a Jehovah Witness as well. But I also put in your mind to make your own decisions. I didn't put the decision on you to, like, this is what you have to do, or you're out the house, or I basically gave you guys free thinking minds. Like, if you want to do this, go ahead. And at the time, me and you and your father were still continuing to go. Your younger brother wasn't trying to have it. He was in his own mind, but which was okay. But we all just decided to just stop because things didn't seem right. Why aren't things happening the way that they're telling us? And just reading. So one day we were having a conversation. It was after my birthday, my 45th birthday, and your father had came over and we had started talking about religion and Jesus Christ. And then we started talking about, he asked me if the earth was round. And I just sort of looked at him like, why are you asking me this question? Here you go with this, you know. And he like opened the Bible and showed me like a verse in the Bible that basically was saying like there's a sphere over us. So I was like, what is going on? And I was like, why are they lying to us about this religion and stuff? Like, I was disturbed. Like, just my whole view of religion and everything just went out the door. So then, like I said, I started doing my own research, Shout out to Brother Sanchez. I did some research on like the earth and so forth. And basically was like, okay, I'm cool on religion. I think there's something inside me that can create what I need to create, but I just don't know what it is. But I knew that I always felt that each individual person has their own quality or superpower, I should say, or something to within their self. So when I got real ill, where I have an illness which is crippling, but I'm not crippled. But the doctors basically had counted my life out at the age of 40. So I made it to 40, and I still celebrated hard. I was, made sure I was living my best life because they said I was gonna die. So then 45, I was like, wait a minute, I'm still here. So basically, on the health side of the end, I stopped taking all my medications. And then that's when you decided that we were going to do a different type of healing, watching what we eat, as well as your father at the time. He had had a stroke and he recovered from his stroke. He couldn't walk or anything, but ended up walking out of the hospital like, I think a month later or something, and was able to just be okay. And I was like, how did he do that? And it was because he did a juice fast and cleansed his whole body out and was able to do that as well. And so that was very impressive. And so then you took on the challenge of trying to heal me. And
You ain't trying.
yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. That's that word I'm working on. I'm working on trying, y'all. Correct me every time I say trying. Of healing me, which has been a wonderful journey. At one time, I was fully like in a wheelchair, couldn't walk. I mean, I have to sometimes, have the aid of that, but I'm moving around, trying to dance a little bit and everything. But I have became like a vegan and watching what I eat. And then I noticed that that helped me on my spiritual journey as well. Like it just opened up so many different ways. I was really like whatever people would say, if you meditate and believe in yourself, things would manifest. But I was more like trying to be a rebel. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna try this stuff these people are saying, but it ain't gonna work. Just like they said, the religion. I was just so like a Debbie Downer. But I had manifest and put a couple of things out there and just believed in it, and things starting to happen. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And so I really started tapping into myself and my ancestors and the creator and just living a better, healthy life. So that's the journey that I continue to be on, is to just meditate, love myself, know that the God is within me, and I just going from there.
Indeed, mom. Yeah, you've been through a lot. Um, you know, I've been there helping you. We both be helping each other, and I'm grateful for you. You're a dope mother, no matter what indoctrinations that may have been handed down to you and you hand down to me. You was always a great mother. So shout out to you for that always. That's infinite love.
Thank you.
Well, so a lot of people might wonder how our relationship is. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the more of the sauce, because I'm sure that's like what people really want to hear. The ones that do know us both, and even the ones that don't know. Um, yeah, like how do you? What you say our relationships like? How would you say it?
I say that we're now that you got older, you're really like my best friend. I feel that way. Like we talk about almost everything, like everything, because you're older and you're at an age where we can talk a lot. But I do still give you guidance when you need it. But I've said this before on streams, that I raised you, but you taught me, and I
Mhm.
stand on that. And so we just continue to grow with each other, and learn from each other and build up each other. Like I believe that I turn my princes into king, my prince into kings. I have two princes into kings, and that's hence your name. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we have a real good, dope relationship. A lot of people don't understand it. Some people get jealous of it and get confused of it, but I feel that I consider you my best friend, you and your brother.
Yeah, indeed. You know, you was the type like you raised us quick, especially me. Like I
Mhm.
used to be bartending and stuff, and I'll be in there some days. You know what I'm saying, kicking it at
Right,
15 years old, not even supposed to be up in the club. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
That's why I got an old soul. You know, a lot of people may be wondering. It's because of that. You know, you also raised me. You know, to be by myself at 5 years old. You know, even young, learning how to take care of everything. Um, you also raised me to be a babysitting. I was babysitting all our people's children, my little cousins and stuff at 12 years old. You know, you really put a lot of maturity in me at even a younger age. So now that I'm older, it's like that's why I'm a little more wiser and mature, for my age now compared to most people around my age, and why I resonate with people that may be older as well. And that's why we got a dope connection. Like a lot of people don't know basically that, we we did a lot of stuff together just to survive. We done been through
Mhm.
the struggles and all that, and I had to be 100 with you. What I'm doing as a teenage nigga, young little nigga out in here, and you had to
Mhm.
tell me the honest stuff you going through in your late 30s and 40s. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, son, this real life. We at the next level of things. So we even learned how to survive together once I got old enough. You know what I mean? So like I said, you did a good job. You did a great job,
Thank
mom.
you.
And that's why
Thank
we
you.
we still growing together. Even brought you into these crazy ass YouTube streets, man.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It's
Yeah.
okay though. Like I said,
Nah, it's all good. Yeah.
I developed some very good relationships and people that I follow. You see, I didn't took it further than you. I be telling you now, come over here and go over there because I really have developed bonds with people and those that resonate. So I really just took it and sort of ran with it and was like, I'm not just gonna stay right here. I'm everywhere. So I be around.
Indeed. Shout out to Brenda Clark in the chat. Gratitude.
That's who I was just shouting out earlier, y'all. Brenda,
Okay.
much love, peace and love to you.
And
Sun kiss.
yeah, Sun Kiss. Yo, shout out to the goddess. Gratitude always. You know what it is. And amazingly beautiful.
Oh, amazingly. Thank you for showing up. Thank you. I didn't see her
Mhm.
in there. Thank you. Peace and love, sis. Oh, that's so sweet.
And the Balanced Truth and Quentin Emerson. Just in case I missed y'all, if I did, y'all could get two shout outs. Y'all both cool enough for a second one. Anyway, if I did shout y'all, you know what I mean? Shout out to the
Right.
bro guys. But yeah, no, that's dope. That's dope, mom. I appreciate our connection. And I feel like there's a lot of other stuff. Like forget this YouTube stuff. This is micro stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I want to get some land. We still working on healing you. A lot of people don't know, like, that's part of the reason why I'm also working on eating a certain way, staying clean a certain way, and all that, because I'm working on helping my mother get better, and she has. You know what I mean? I helped her lose weight tremendously. I remember the first time my mom, I'm over there, like, it was like my first year. The first year when you switch your diet is kind of the toughest, because it's like the first 3 months you probably get past the fact you're not eating meat or eating cheese and eating things like that. But what starts happening is like the summertime come around, you got barbecues and the homies get ordering pizza, and, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like dang, and you just used to just, oh yeah, let me get a slice. Like, nah, you can't do that now. It's like you
Right.
realizing your eating habits. And I remember I was going through a phase, at the house, you know, we had our house, and my mom was just, you know, kind of watching how I was. I was kind of like slightly frustrated on our front porch, and I was just like, man, I eating a lot of stuff. My mom was eating a bag of chips, and she's like, well, I might not stop eating this, but I'm gonna eat that and that. I grabbed a bag of chips. She was, you know, I was like, read this. What's this say? I was showing her the ingredients. Like, read that, mom. You tell me what that is. And she's like, oh man, yeah, you gonna keep eating that? And you know, it helped her. Like, I kind of woke her up because it was like I was frustrated, like I was saying, and I'm like, everybody's just eating whatever, and like no one's getting the bullshit I'm experiencing. You know, like y'all just eating whatever y'all want and think it's cool, and I'm like, nah, this ain't cool. And yeah, I showed my mom. She was smashing on them chips. I was like, read the back of that. Look what it say. And ever since she was like, oh, so she just went on her journey from there. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because you know, even though I showed you the way, you still took the steps and stuck to it, even though we separate. You know, we don't live in the same state. So the fact that you doing it on your own, I gotta respect that too, my dukes, as always.
Yeah, thank you. Haven't had meat since 2018, y'all. So, and don't plan on having any. So that's just, it was a journey though. Man, when I tell y'all the bird was the word, that was the hard, chicken was the hardest thing for me to get rid of, and cheese. Like I love cheese. Oh man, nachos and stuff like that. But I've learned how to make meals. That's the other thing I'll be having on my channel as well. Certain healthy meals where you seen, son, I could do a whole soul food meal. You didn't see me do it, and it's all vegan. And so I just learned how to do that. So I'll be sharing some of that as well. But in addition, I end up, I think I lost a total of 75 pounds. I say like a whole nother person in 2019, and I've been able to maintain it off as well. So that's a good thing as well. Because I was like, I'm not going to have this illness and trying to walk and have this extra weight. So I'm still doing it. And I'm going to lose a little bit more. I feel like I need to lose a little bit more, but it's a journey and I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the way I eat too. You know, that's a part of my journey too. Is just to upgrade the way I eat. Even though I feel like I eat pretty good, you know, I do my best. I don't eat soy, haven't ate meat or dairy, including fish, because I don't know why people don't think fish is meat, but I don't eat fish either. I haven't ate it in August will be 5 years this August, and it's just like certain things people don't know that like grains, certain rice. We really shouldn't even be eating rice for real too, but. And you know, people are, oh, the brown rice or the wild rice or but like rice is a certain type of seed that isn't fully mature to even be a seed. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to get too deep into that, but you know, there's just certain things that I know I can eat cleaner on to allow the healing for my mother to progress too, because I can show her certain things. You know, even if you do want to eat certain breads or certain rices and certain grains, we can moderate it because we still need to, flush out our body a certain way. You know, so it's always a journey to, you know, have someone to build with you as well. And that's another thing I respect, Mom, that you kept an open mind, to try things spiritually, physically, mentally. You know what I'm saying? You want to touch on just what made you just so confident to try things as a woman?
I basically it was first, I'm just be honest, I had to get my mental right. Because, well, I just really was just life in general, like I said, with the religion, and then being in a marriage relationship with your father. We were high school sweethearts. And then when we got older and when that went down, I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? This was supposed to be forever, you know what I mean? And it really made me be like, okay, so like on a woman's point of view, a lot of women always point the finger at the man and say they did that and they did certain things. And I mean, there was certain things that he did, but I really took the time and was like, I'm about to figure out what I did and what I need to fix, because if I ever do this again, it's going to be forever. And I know that it takes two. And I can speak highly of your father because we're still the best of friends. You know how our relationship is. We're great friends. He actually helped me on this journey that I'm on, because he was the one that said, at least if our marriage didn't work, he was like, I'm at least make you a better woman in the way that I can, because he felt that he had contributed to some damage of how I started thinking negatively. And so that definitely helped as well. So just really taking the time mentally and getting my mind together mentally. Like I took a lot of years just steady learning myself and learning how to communicate with people, because I was bitter. I was that angry black woman, like they said, that was me. And I was like, I don't want to be this. So changing my mind mentally was the first thing I did. And then I was like, okay, so how am I going to change physically? And then just seeing how certain foods and products can affect your health. We really don't talk about it a lot, because people don't know that the Food and Drug Administration is exactly what it is. Food is a drug as well. And they put so many chemicals in so much of this food. So that definitely helped me on the physical side. And then spiritually, with eating and having a mental state that was clear, I do feel it helped me to elevate spiritually as well. And connecting with those that resonate in my spirituality, in my meditation. And I just gravitate more to like Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and stones. I love nature. I love the water. You know that I love the water. Like if I could be a mermaid, that's what I would be. So just the whole journey for me was mentally, I had to mentally be ready first before I could do anything, change my diet or anything. And then the journey just continued from the mental state.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's what's up, Mom. For sure. So what would you say is your definition of love? Because that's a touchy subject. That's a touchy thing. That's the most sacred thing that we can have, as far as the frequency that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? The most sacred energy we have is, that sexual energy. But if we love properly, that makes it even better. So that's why I say love is like the most sacred energy you can have, that you can't really feel. I ain't gonna say feel, because we obviously feel it, but you can't touch. Let's put it that way. You can't touch love. What do you feel your definition of love is? And I ask you that because you call yourself the goddess of love. You know what I mean? So what's your definition of that? And why is that part of your name? Why you chose that as your name?
Well, my definition of love is basically treating people with respect and love, no matter who they are or what they are. And basically just showing them, hey, I still love you regardless, because I feel that it sounds cliche, but when they say what the world needs now is just love, sweet love, I believe that. I believe if everybody just moved in love and just we spend too much time worrying about, well, I don't believe this and you don't believe that, and who cares about all that? Like, okay, as long as you're not harming a person or harming my family or myself, I'm okay with you. The reason why I call myself the goddess of love is because I'm actually a homework empath, if anybody knows what that is. So I was an empath that I can take people's feelings in. So, man, I could feel everything. I could feel when they're happy, when they're sad. Like, and I used to, you can contest to that, take everybody's life into my life and just take all their problems and try to heal the world and help everything. But it was really tearing me down. But when I found the love for myself, I didn't want to lose the love and empathy that I have for people. But what I did was learn who to give that energy to and who deserves that energy. So I still am an empath, but when I take those, I choose who I want to take that energy in. And then I also learn how to release when I do take that energy in. I learned how to release that energy so that it doesn't stay with me, but just so that it helps that person. So me taking the name the Goddess of Love was me being an empath, but basically showing love and respect to those that I feel deserve it, or I feel worthy of it, or that I feel like I might see a person. I do this all the time, like when I'm out and I just see somebody that's sad and I'm like, oh, they look so sad. I will go up to them and just start having a conversation. You know that because you and your brother be like, you talk to everybody. And I just try to make them have a brighter day. Like, and I try to display that even just in my life, in these YouTube streets. I just try to support and love everybody. But don't get it twisted. There is another side to the Goddess of Love. I mean, I don't take disrespect. I do speak up for myself and don't mess with my family or me or my loved ones. There's the other side of that. But I really did study different goddesses of love, and I decided that that's their interpretation of Goddess of Love. I'm going to create my own. And so that's what I want my legacy to be, is if I ever transition, is what the Goddess of Love was, is that she showed love and respect to everyone and showed others to love themselves as well, because that's what's going to bring others to love you.
That's what's up. Yeah, you're a loving person. I'll be telling mom you love a lot. She got a big heart. I'll be having to tell her to, hey, be careful, man.
Yeah.
Don't love everybody, because love will get you killed. You know what I'm saying? And that don't
Right.
mean physically, but shit, it could kill a relationship. It can kill a business. It can kill an opportunity because you love the wrong person or gave love to the wrong thing, or you know. But you do push it in a very healthy way. And I love you. You know I love you.
Ditto, son.
And shout out to the realest McCoy in the chat. Yeah, let me give a shout out to the
Yeah,
chat
peace and
real
love.
quick.
Peace and love.
JJ, the enlightened one, gratitude, man. Thanks for coming through. Also, bro, God, and y'all didn't miss nobody else. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. And thank you for the gratitude. Push that like button and say gratitude when you hit it. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right.
Um,
JJ's in the chat too. Did we say?
yeah, I gave a
Okay.
shout out to him.
Okay.
And I forgot what I was gonna say. Slipped my mind. But basically, oh yeah, because you was touching on, relationships and things like that. Another question I would like, your perspective on, and go ahead and air it out on the live stream. What do you think is the biggest thing that allowed you and my father, after y'all's divorce, to still raise me and my brother, and even after we became grown men, for y'all to still have a relationship, a connection, a pure friendship? What do you think was the main thing that kept that together? Because a lot of people deal with that issue. They fell in love with somebody and had children, and it didn't work out as far as a relationship. But now that relationship is affecting the parents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the children. I mean, and not allowing dads be dads, or now you gotta put him on child support because he ain't being a dad, or the mama's just being holding a grudge and not trying to let him see his children all the time. All the little drama that go back and forth with men. What kind of advice would you give based on your experience with my father? Of how to maintain those type of things, because these are like real life situations that people got. Especially the youth, like 40 and under, they dealing with that. People that's in their 40s and under, raising their children a certain way, or dealing with baby mama drama and baby daddy drama, and what advice you got for that?
Well, I think the first thing is because I was in a home that uh, first I didn't really meet my biological father until the age of 37, but then my stepfather ended up leaving my mother at the age of 16. So I was like, man, I did not like that feeling at all. And then because I was the stepchild, it created me and my brothers and sisters. It was like they went with him on certain times, and it made us separate. And at some point in my life, I was like being in the teenage age, I was really depressed about it, but I just really didn't tap into that feeling. I just sort of just ignored it. But I did not like that feeling of the separation. So at that age, at a young age, I said, you know what, if I get married, no matter what, my kids are going to still have a relationship with their parent, because we made these kids together and we're going to still raise them together regardless of what situation we're in. And I actually told your father that, like, when you were born, because you're my firstborn, I just looked at him and I was like, it is not even about you anymore. And he just sort of looked at me and I was like, but I'm serious. It's about these kids. And we basically had that connection. Like, he's very blessed to have his parents. They've been married for over 51 years now. So he had a very, very good foundation. So that helped as well. But also the fact that we just went back to why we end up being together anyway, and that's because we were friends. So we just went to the friendship level. We just decided to be cool with each other, and we were like, we're gonna raise these boys. And plus, because I do have two boys, I was like, I'm not doing this by myself. These gonna be men. They're gonna have things that I can't relate to, and that's exactly how we did the when we got the divorce. We both decided we're still going to raise these children together and co-parent. I didn't put him on child support. We basically I was like, here you go. I was trying to do the reverse role, me, something different. I was like, here's the kids, I got you, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pay you instead of but you guys eventually came back to me. But it was the foundation of our friendship. Like, we really tap into that even to this day. Like, we're still very, very good friends. And even though you guys are still grown, when I come and visit, he comes around, it's still family. And a lot of people look at us like that's really weird or different. And it is different, but it can be done if you're thinking about the children, especially when you guys were at a young age. I made sure that he was always in your life. Even though I didn't agree with a lot of things maybe he had done, and he didn't agree with me, when it came to you guys, the kids, oh man, we were on point. Like, even with discipline, that if I said I'm calling your dad, you knew he was coming over. It wasn't like he wasn't going. He's like, no, your mom called, and it was over. So developing and going back to that friendship of why we created these two children, and we had love for each other. So we just basically went for that and basically just have a wonderful friendship. Moved on, and I'm moving on in my life, but we are still great for friends. And we see that they did help you guys, you and your son, your brother as well.
Indeed. Oh man, yeah. Like, y'all hold a great example. Because a lot of people think when you break up with somebody, or y'all not together, the relationship's over, that romantic part of it, that you should never be cool with that person no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a social construct or a condition or indoctrination, you know, and then we get it. Like if you have abuse, like it's major abuse involved, or
Oh yeah.
you know, they done did something that threaten you in a certain way that could have changed your life. You know, there's those situations. Yeah, you don't want to deal with that person.
Mm.
But a lot of people think that because they had that bond and that bond isn't forever lasting as they may thought, that they can't find a way to reconstruct the bond to still be around each other in a sense because of what true love is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really love, um, it shouldn't affect your friendship. You know, and I think
Mhm.
that's the thing too. A lot of people don't establish friendships. So when the relationship crash, the friendship isn't there to even hold any shape or bond. You know what I'm saying? It's just it was all romantic. So when the romantic gone, there ain't nothing else. You know. So I think that you hold a good example. I'm happy that you shared that story. And shout out to Mommy Chula
Yes, Mommy
and
Chilla. Peace and love.
Super since day one, bro.
Peace and love.
God.
And I
Um,
just think as women, like we just got to stop a lot of things. Like I just feel like we're so powerful and we could control. And if we united as one, I just feel like it would be a lot easier for the men because they're gonna be like, okay, if they can do it, what are we doing over here? But I feel like women that are bitter because the relationship didn't work, women or men, don't never let the children be, I'm not going to see your child because your child remembers that. And I'm just speaking from experience. Like, I didn't meet my dad till I was 37 years old. I missed out on so much life, and it makes you feel some type of way. I love my mom, but I'm like, man, I'm 37 now, like I missed out on so much life, and don't deprive that from your children. Like you said, as long as they're not harming the kid, it's okay if they don't want to be with you, go on and find love somewhere else, or, find love within yourself and then do that, but never take it out on the children because I know how that feels, and it's not a good feeling. They need both parents in their life if they're able to be there.
mm-hmm. Yep. That part. Um. So yeah, what? Another question for you. What's your perspective, Mom, on religion? People that are part of religion. Do you feel like we should be mad at people that are religious? Who do you blame? What's just your whole view on all that type stuff? Let's get into that too. That and spirituality.
So religion, I particularly don't follow a religion anymore, but I don't down those that do. I mean, I was once you. That's what I can say. I was once believed what you believe or felt how you felt in your religion. And I think that's where I base my conversation off of love as well, because I'm not going to argue about it. We're going to have a conversation. Like, let's just have a conversation about creation. You're going to express your views. I'm going to express my views. And even though we might not agree, that doesn't stop the love that I have for you. But love can make us see things a different way. So I'm not going to sit and argue about someone that's into religion. And I'm still going to love. I have family members that are still involved in it, and I love them to death. We respect each other's views. And when we do have conversations, we resonate with each other. I don't, me particularly, like I said, I'm not into the religion part of it because I did that for 45 years. I should say, well, maybe a little less, 40. But like I said, I wasn't even being my true self when I was in that. And I just believe that God is within me. That's just what I believe. I know that God is within me and that I'm the one that, along with my ancestors in the universe, I do believe that there's a creator. Um, but I do believe that everything's installed in us, that we were as human beings were created to be in the image of God. And that's why I do have that in my name as well, that I do believe that we on this earth are goddess and goddesses because it's within us. Um, I don't believe that I have to go to a church house or the Kingdom Hall or anything like that to worship. Is you could do that anywhere. You can show gratitude sitting in your living room. You could go outside. You can enjoy nature. You don't have to go and listen to a man in a book. You can go and find your own spirituality. So I think there's a difference between religion and spirituality, because I believe that religion is more where you go, this is what I think it is, my opinion. You go and you listen to somebody and they say this is it, and they're waiting for Jesus Christ to come, and this is what's going on. Spirituality is more tapping into you and what your higher self is, and what you can be, and what the creator gave us to be as human beings to reach our higher self. So that's my stance on that.
Indeed. Yes, that's a great perspective. Yeah, like I ain't the type to, you know, I'm I'm the type to throw hints at people, man. I'm just so far into a whole nother depth of imagination of what could be possible with the creation of life and creation of the universe. So when I hear someone that's still quote unquote simple minded, as far as religious doctrines or indoctrinated, um, as long as they ain't trying to preach to me or convert me into nothing, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? Or try to tell me I'm wrong because I don't
Right.
think like them. That's that condemning and stuff like that is where what kind of irks me. But if that's what they want to do and it's making them be a better person, I just let people be. I try to find that medium ground where I can meet them, because to me, if you a spiritual person, you should be able to relate more to any other person that's indoctrinated compared to an indoctrinated person trying to meet you where you at. Like you supposed to be big brother compared to them being like little brother. You know what I mean? That's how I see that. But yeah, so as far as your channel, when is this gonna be going live? When's the first live?
Tonight.
On
Just
your
for a little bit. Just for a little bit, people. I'm gonna go live for a little bit tonight.
when
Greedy,
you wanna
if
go
he's
ahead.
still in the chat, if Greedy's still in the chat, So Greedy, I'm gonna go live. So that means you gotta get that song together, because you didn't push me to go live. So now you gotta go ahead and get that song together with everybody that we've been asking you about. But yeah, I'm gonna go live a little bit tonight, and just, you know,
What you gonna talk
introduction.
about? Yeah, go ahead.
Just probably just do introduction, and just probably have some people hit the panel and just, talk a little bit. Nothing too deep as of yet.
What time you want to do that? Sure, we ain't got to stay here that long. No, I'm just saying we don't want to get it too late. Be too late and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah,
live too
yeah.
late.
Well, I gotta set it up.
All right,
I'm
all
new to
right.
this, y'all.
We
I'm new
ain't
to this.
rushing. No, we ain't rushing to end it. I'm just saying, if I didn't know you wanted to go live tonight as well. On your channel, I should say.
Probably just for a little bit. I know on the East Coast is getting late, so I know I got a lot of people that follow me on the East Coast. But then I got my California love, like Sunkiss, and I got some Cali people on my side. But there's some people that stay up late with me, just for a little bit. Chrissy, I know she'll probably be there.
What
You know.
Yeah. So, what kind of relationship topics you gonna be talking about? I know you got some of
Oh
them.
man.
Yeah. What's some ideas you want to let the people know that you're gonna be, building on?
Relationship topics would be more on the subject of how to have a successful relationship, not just as a man and woman, but parenting, uh, friendships, loyalty on that level, learning the communication. And then, like, we have I know it's always about the man and woman, but I think the communication is everywhere, learning how to communicate with your children. Let us communicate with your husband, your family, people in general, your job. But relationships, I have a lot. I have a lot to say as I know a woman's perspective, but I always like to hear the men's perspective as well because I think that I see a lot of male bashing, and I'm very fortunate to be around a lot of men that I feel have it, together, or even if they didn't, they've got it together. And sometimes us as women, we, continue to still bash. And there's a lot of things I want to bring to the women's attention of how we can help men, as well grow and show them that they're the kings they are by helping them with the mental. Because a lot of women, we teach the men that they got to be strong and never cry and all this, but that's not reality. You guys have to let things out as well. So I'm gonna focus on that. And then that's one of the main things I would really want to talk about is like mental health, relationships, how to build healthy relationships and so forth like that.
That's fire. Yeah, we need a woman's voice to kind of have the men's back because you know in my journey I noticed a lot of women was more into healing than men. A lot of
Hmm.
women was more into working on their inner self than men, doing what we call shadow work. More than men. Men was more into the logical, philosophical shit. You know what I mean? More of the scientific, historic shit. Breaking down the real, laws and words and stuff like that. That was our form of consciousness. But what I've been also seeing lately, men are willing to start tapping in on as far as doing what we call shadow work, working on themselves, gaining emotional intelligence, healing relationships, learning how to deal with their emotions as men instead of just holding it in and releasing it in an unhealthy manner at a imperfect time. And so the fact that there is men that is working on that, we get frustrated when women be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? They be talking shit like we ain't being indoctrinated, like we ain't being hurt, like we haven't been pushed down to the ground and got the world on our back, and we got to pick ourselves up with the world on top of it, us. And that the corporate world ain't been beating up men, and we got all these program mindsets of how to be a man because the world told you to. So we got a lot of things we got to work on as well. And we also, still got some men that didn't have men in their life or had mama
Hmm.
issues or stuff, just like women. It's like women be forgetting that men got those same issues, you know what I'm saying? And so we
Hmm.
working on those type of things, but it helps when you got women that's having our back, because how I see it, a lot of men will have a woman's back. We'll even let a woman male bash. We'll let women get away with certain stuff like that as far as the gender thing. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
like when it's our turn to talk about the stuff women did to us and our little problem stuff, women always want to kind of put it to the side, like, nah, we all do this, y'all do that, so we don't want to hear, like, nah, man. Like a lot of us been hurt, and that's why we hurting y'all. Like you
Hmm.
don't even understand that. You thinking that we wasn't hurt, like we just started this. Like, nah. There's a lot of stuff that happened to men as individuals, as a collective, that we are working on. And if the woman can, relax and see our side of the story, just like we do our best to see their side, it'll help the men heal too. So yeah, I'm glad that you're doing that, my dukes. Going ahead and speaking about relationships, and kind of give women another perspective instead of just always quick to point the finger. Because I'm not saying that men don't do it either, like I said, but just from my point of view, I see that it's more difficult for us to even point the finger based upon how women think that we just so fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just feel like like I said, we as women are very, very powerful with our voice and how we talk to men as well, like and how we approach men and we have to really uplift the men in our life to let them know, hey, you're doing a good job. You can do this because you have so much against you, so much as men, we women do too, but men have a fight as well. And I believe that we are the ones that are the nurturers, and with the right type of support, men can be amazing. And it's easy for us to love those men when we're supporting those and giving them, the encouragement, even though it might be a difficult time. We don't want to make them like, oh, that's what you get. You did something wrong, and that's what you get. You should have just did this and that. No, hey, let's go ahead and see what we can do to fix this. Have you learned from this situation? What can we do to make this better? I just think the way that we communicate as women could be a lot better all the way around.
Right. Yeah, you dope, man. Appreciate it. Plus, I know,
Oh, thank you.
the fact what I've been going through, and as your son, gives you a certain insight as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of women that have sons that grow up and start having love relationship issues, it kind of helps them get a different perspective too as a woman. Like, hold on, like, why is my son going through what he going through if I raised him a certain way and I know certain qualities about him, and things like that. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that men don't mess up, because we all both genders mess up. Each of us, no,
Mm-hmm.
every person messes up. No one's perfect, but it's like when somebody's a good person, and then they still going through trials and tribulations with their love life or their relationships, makes you wonder. Especially when it's like your child, it helps you gain perspective. So I know I helped you gain a lot of perspective just through the things you see me experience and the things I tell you and talk to you about, which is dope. And I'm sure there's gonna be another topic too, just how to be cool with your children, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's something you probably be talking about on your channel as well, right?
Yeah, because like I said, I really don't see a lot of moms and sons on YouTube. I mean, think about it. Like when people started on when I was telling them, like, you be like, Mom Dukes, I guess, they were thinking, you have your YouTube family. Well, I was like, no, that's really my son. That's really, I'm really your mom. So I just think I didn't realize the impact that it had caused on people until people started commenting, like, that's dope. Like, they would get on your channel or Greedy's channel and be like, wow, that's your mom. So, I mean, we could be there for our children, even as adults, and just tapping into something. And I really enjoy it. So, yeah, definitely gonna have builds, how to develop those good relationships with your children. Because the children, we need to focus on them. They're the future, and we need to get them on the right track. So that's where I feel I'm going to be leaning towards too as well, because we have to go back and, there's a lot of things that we were indoctrinated with or were taught, and just change the minds, or not change the minds, and let them be more open minded of things that are occurring and what they can change as well.
So, shout out to Mind's Eye in the chat too. You still there? Peace and love, bro. God, you already know what it is, man.
Yeah, peace and love, mind's eye.
Um,
But yeah, definitely. Through my experience, I've been fortunate enough to be around a lot of men in my life. You know that, like my brothers, your uncles, and having two boys. I have females around, but I've got to see like my brothers go through things with women, and I just be like, man, what is going on? And so I really get to see, I've seen a different side of a lot of situations, and it don't always be the man. I didn't seen a lot of things in my life, so I just like, wow. I have a different perspective, and I'm not asking everybody to agree with it. It's just a different perspective, and maybe things can help you, because I did a whole different change in my life, because I used to be that woman that used to, nah, you guys ain't no good and blah blah. I was that because I was bitter and upset and hurt. I was hurt, and I really had to be like, that does not mean every man is like that. and I could have been lost out on some good blessings, a good man having that type of attitude. So I've actually did the work of self work and continue to do the work. So I just want to help those that are like minded or resonate with me to, know that you can do it too.
Yeah. One more thing I would like to ask before we, like I said, I'm gonna let you get off here because we don't want to make it too late since you're gonna go live on your side. And also do me a favor, mom, put your channel on the link one more time. I mean, put your link in the on my channel one more time.
Okay.
And everybody that's still watching, go ahead and sub up to my Dukes, man, my mother, and y'all hit the like button right now. Hit the subscribe button. All that. But no, one more thing I wanted to touch on before we end it. Another thing about relationship, like I kind of I'm not filtered like that. A lot of people are don't have that kind of relationship with either of their parents, their father or their mother. And what I mean is like I cuss around you. I might say certain things around you. Um, even though I'm a grown man, what made you comfortable with letting me kind of be raw and authentic and not kind of have that same you know old school type of restrictions or old school type of respect, because it's not that I don't respect you, I do, it's always love, but what made you just comfortable to be like that with your children, me and my brother?
Because the way I was raised, I didn't feel that I got to express myself or be who I was. So I said, when I have children, I'm going to allow them to express themselves and be able to tell me how they feel and not feel like they are going to get in trouble. Because my childhood was, you speak your mind, boy. That was, old school, like you said, and not in a, I let you guys be, like you said, you're very, very respectable. But then once you got a certain age, you're grown. You're going to talk. I still wanted to have that bond with you and your brother. And I just allowed you, I felt that it was less stressful for both of us if we were just open and honest, you know? So
Mhm.
that allowed me to be able to be like, hey, let your kids be open and honest with you, and at least you know what's going on. And it worked well for me because you guys would come tell me things, and then if somebody ever tried to come tell me something, I would be like, I already know. I already knew about it. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, it was because I felt that I didn't have a voice at a young age or being a teenager and through my teenage years, because it was like, no, just do what I say. And I had so many questions and wanted to ask so many things and was going through so many things that I was like, man, it was stressful. And I did not want my children to go through that. So that made me be like, okay, I'm gonna allow them to, be able to express themselves and be their self around me. Why not? It's my child. We should be able to, talk about everything and anything. So that's what led me there, because of the way I was raised. I didn't want my children to be that way. And I wanted you guys to have your own mind and to be open minded.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get raw right now and just say one little thing. People don't know, like me and my mom, like I was saying, uh, my mom. What people don't know, you was still strict on me though. like,
Oh yeah, I didn't
like
play.
we had a fun, strict relationship. I tell people all the time, like we used to get in arguments. And me and my mom, I'd be like, Mom, she's like, I don't want to hear that. She would be on my
Yeah.
ass still. But I think once I got a certain age, because you knew like I said, you was raising me mature.
Mhm.
Uh, but I remember when I first started smoking, Mom was like, "Well, you smoke?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, I was too young at first. I was like 16 or 17. She's like, I ain't smoking with you. You already doing it." She was mad I was doing it, got on my case about it, but she realized I wasn't gonna stop like that. And then about 17, close to 18, around 18, you was like, you smoking? He was like, well, shoot, I need you to hook me up with some weed, you know? You know, we even did our little thing together when we had to do what we needed to make some money, you know what I'm saying, with some
Right,
weed.
right.
We did all that. Like, mama's like, shoot, you old enough, you know what's going on, you a grown ass man, you know, hey, shoot, let's make some moves, you know, because it was just real life, you know, like
Right.
you kind of always put me, that's what I'm saying, it was so strict but so fun and mature that it was like you even show me real life stuff. Like, all right, well, since you involved and you 18, you graduated and all this, and you handling, you know, you made sure I was doing my thing. Yeah, you was even open to that a little bit, like just me being my authentic self, and as far as something like that, smoking, and we smoking together and stuff like that, you know. Um, so yeah, like that was because it was even shocking. I may never even told you that. Like, I was even shocked when you first start, you know, letting me hang out with you and smoke with you, even at 17, 18. You know, I been knew you was doing your thing, but it was just like, but it was allowing us to even build and you know, let you know, like, son, I'm your mom. Like, you shouldn't have to hide nothing from me. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, don't hide nothing, not from me. Maybe
right,
the police, maybe the
right.
family or something. You know what I'm saying? But not me, son. Like, no matter what. And you know, you kind of established that as I became into my manhood. So you know, I think
Right.
those are the type of things people need to hear too. You know, because a lot of children nowadays is buck wild, even way more worse than how we was or I was in their teens. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a good way to do it. Like, kind of, you know, find that medium ground where you could be like, hey, I know what you up to, but you need to be dealing with me because I'm your parent. I'm the one who raised you. I'm the one who put you on this realm. You know what I'm saying? So uh don't hide the shit from me. We gonna move a right way, not a dumb way if we gonna do anything like that. You know, a lot of children parents be mad at their children, fussing at them, and you know, that kind of push them away to even do more, or to where they don't even want to say nothing, you know, but you didn't do that. So that's what made it cool too. You know, that's why our connection is so dope as well. For those that ain't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So like his brother, yeah, one day we gonna try to get him, but he gave me a run for my money, boy. He did. But he turned out to be such an amazing man. And that's because I did have we had conversation. I mean, some conversations was so uncomfortable, but we still had them, you know. And he just basically had to tell, mom, this is what I'm doing. This is what's going on. So I was never really surprised. Like I said, nobody can ever come and tell me this is what's going on with your kid or something because I already knew. I just feel like, oh yeah, I know, you know. So, but with him, he went through a great journey, and one day I hope he does tell his story. But he, like I said, he gave us a run for his money,
Mm-hmm.
But he turned out to be such a wonderful, wonderful man with kids and a beautiful woman, and that we still have a great bond. I just left from out there and we sit and we actually sit and have conversations, y'all. Like we sit and we will talk and talk about everything for hours. And they had to go to work and we'd be like, we got to go to bed. But that's just how it is. We just have these conversations and keep the lines of communication open with your children and tell them let them be comfortable about what they're telling you, even if it's not what you want to hear. Just go ahead and let them tell you because at least they're telling you. If not, they're going to go elsewhere and, tell people and develop bonds with other people when they need to be developing that bond with their parent. So, yeah, that's that.
Indeed. Um, yeah, mom, this was a dope interview. I think we did a good job. I feel like I got some good questions. You know, I could ask you more, but we gotta save some of that for yourself. You know, I know you're gonna bring up more stories and more stuff on your channel. Everybody, once again, please go hit the my mom Duke's link. It's in the chat. Go sub up. So that way you can hear something different than the same old stuff. Not too much informational regurgitating stuff, not too much of the same topic type stuff. A little freestyle, a little more fun, a little more intimate, you know what I mean? A little more personal. I'm sure it's gonna be like that. I already know how I'm gonna ride. And of course a good time as always. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, y'all hit that. Anything you want to say before we end? Yeah, because it's 9 o'clock. I feel like I'd give you at least a good 30 minutes to an hour to
Yeah,
catch
I'm
a few of
gonna
your
do it.
people.
I know I'm gonna do a little one. Yeah. Just what to expect from me. Like I said, I just want to let everybody know, if you're still listening, that on my channel, I mess with a lot of people. I know a lot of people don't agree or get along with each other, but we're not really doing that over there. I just want y'all to show respect for my channel. I go all around and I respect those that respect me. But I am, I'm aware of how people feel about certain people. Not that I'm not aware, but, they haven't done it to me. So I can't really judge somebody like that because that's not my character. So my channel is going to be really, I don't really want, if you see somebody in the chat you don't like, that's okay. Block them. You don't have to see them, because I do really, really mess with a lot of different people. And I know a lot of people don't get along, but that's okay. That's not me. This is just how I am. Like, Aladdin, I'm like that in real life. I have a lot of people that I resonate with, all different forms of people. So I just want people to be aware of that, and that I'm really not going to allow any disrespect in the chat as well. Like, I know you guys will do a little scratching and I don't mind that, but the disrespect was not, I don't condone any of that. But hopefully, we can make the best of this journey. And like I said, support Greedy and the BYOB, Dangerous Music, and a lot of other people, Brenda, Miss Renee. There's a lot of things that we're going to be doing. NYFA, I mess with them tough. So you're going to see some different stuff over here. And it's all about networking and creating a great environment for people to come.
That's what's up. Yes, what's up. All right, but yeah, we about to end this, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. The last few of y'all up in this joint, hit that like button, man, if you haven't hit it.
Go vote for
Subscribe button.
BYOB. Go vote.
Yeah, please hit the BYOB poll. It's in my community post, my Dukes, Greedy Vegans. Y'all make sure y'all go do that. Shout out to the BYOB fam, the host. Make sure y'all please go vote. Please
and
do
then
that.
don't forget about Dangerous Music. He's still doing his I'm excited about that. I don't know why people are not excited about that, but you can put your music, he's playing your music, people. This is our own YouTube station. Like, let's support this. This is amazing. Like, if you have music and songs, I'm gonna advertise it over on my channel as well. Send that music over to him. This is a great thing. So something new, and you get to hear YouTube artists instead of the mainstream. We starting our own mainstream, so support him as well. And OG Philly is doing the chess tournament, so him and the Taz Show, hit them up. Sir Drop is doing a battle July 4th as well, right, with AB. So we just supporting each other as well. I'm gonna continue to shout out all those people that are doing things like that, so that we can get, our own little community started.
Nope. Yeah. So shout out to all y'all. Yeah, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that. That's all I ask for. Gratitude to the ones that resonate. Heal thyself, love thyself, know thyself. Play a gym, and then we gonna dip. We gonna dip out.
Right. I'm just gonna go live for a little bit because I know y'all tired. But if y'all come for a little bit, say hi or whatever, and then it's just the intro. We'll go from there.
I be out late night
trying to make it happen. Y'all ain't known shit, boy, stop the capping. I'm from the E where shit was rough and rugged. Eastside 3's up, we outside thuggin' now. All around the city trying to move. Some niggas talking all that shit but never do. Nothing ain't the type to sit back and let my fam starve. Be hella slap plus my boss hella hard. Niggas acting all foul for the team, take the charge. Blue arrow, send them off, I'm the one they can't guard. Got a couple hitters hit you off, send you to God. So say a prayers, man, widow turn you to a praying man. Lights used to be off, bills never late again. I can't afford it, please don't touch, baby, you can't afford this. Need big chains, big whips, all my niggas in foreigns. Still gotta thug it out in my forces. Killing rappers in the booth, bunch of dead corpses. Ain't shit changed, just some new weird niggas with some bitch ways. Never sitting on my ass, I'm outside trying to get it, man. I need that, ain't blind to the real, I see that. True player in the game, niggas wanna be that. Still riding with the same homies, most my niggas got C-Tab. Can't feel my pain, this ain't enough. I'm coming up, they can't adjust. See through the fake, we call you bluff. Real coming back, my time is come. Young nigga own it. Y'all know what it is now, is now. Young nigga own it. Y'all know what it is now, is now.
From the rags to the riches, talk about the price to make it, niggas happily spend it. I've been coming up from nothing, really trying to get it up out the dirt. I know my worth, I'm working on my precision. Shoot my shot 1,000,000 times, I'm just being persistent. Until that motherfucker sink, I'm cooking up in the kitchen. Looking like, what are you so afraid of? I think it's time you show them what you made of. I come up out the cut just like Blade, I'm on my way to get paid. Niggas sneak this, but I'm too up to care what they say. I just wake up in the morning, take a blunt to my face, then proceed to do me and have a wonderful day. Cause reality had hit me in a hell of a way. I lost some people and I still can't cope with the pain. Lesson learned, life is short, so I live for today. Cause at the end of the day, I know we all got a date. I got a date with destiny, I'm hoping we can relate. I hope we want the same thing, I feel the need to be great. I'm on my grind like a skater, may fall, won't break. The foundation too solid for the building to break. Same nigga since day one, my bitch A1, my zip A1. I'm rolling up a Swisher blunt, kicking it up in a smoke cloud. I be way too fucking high, don't wanna come down. Kills.
Can't feel my pain, this ain't enough. I'm coming up, they can't adjust. See through the fake, we call you bluff. Real coming back, my time is come. Young nigga own it. Y'all know what it is now, is now. Young nigga own it. Y'all know what it is now, is now.
I be way too fucking high, don't wanna come down. Come down.
Y'all know what it is now, is now.
Time you show them what you made of, made of.
Y'all know what it is now, is now.
Bring your own bars. If you got talent, we wanna see it. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. on YouTube, hosted by Greedy Vegan, King of Higher Self, Chrissy and Goddess of Love. Be sure to bring it. And if you're not a hater, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. Please don't be lame. Share with your friends, family,